everybody, I'm Chris at Wolf Ridge Manufacturing. Today is Sunday, February 19th, and it is a beautiful day outside. Unfortunately, I've got something I've got to do a little video on here, and getting some stuff loaded up outside, doing some QC work, and checking everything over. We got a big load going out to Hartville Hardware, leaving here on Monday. And then we got another load of machines going to Widman's down in St. Louis, Missouri. Those are leaving here on Wednesday. So just kind of getting ahead and checking everything out, making sure, you know, there's no leaks on the machines, everything's working properly. And I found one that isn't working quite right, and we'll go over how to fix that right here. So what we got here is a 35C, and this one has the Galtech auto cycle valve. These Galtech auto cycle valves, I don't know if I drank some Kool-Aid before ordering these things or what, but I've really not been happy with them. Unfortunately, we don't have an alternative to use because of the long lead times getting parts. So we are dealing with these auto cycle valves the best we can, and until we get enough valves in here for prints where we can start changing over. So anyhow, these valves really, you know, had a good name going for them, and the first couple of orders that we had come in, they really worked really well. But these were supposed to be assembled in Minnesota, only about 90 minutes away from here. So I thought, okay, great, you know, it's closer, you know, good quality of a valve. When I found out that they are outsourcing them to India, it really pissed me off, to be frank. And you know, then of course we started seeing problems with detents not working. So on this machine in particular, when you go hit these two handles, the idea is it's going to go out, it's going to split, and then this handle is going to kick out, and it's going to go back, and then this handle will kick out. So then you load your next log in, or you flip your big piece over to resplit, hit these handles, walk away, grab another log while it's splitting, right? Well, this handle here is not kicking out like it's supposed to. And you know, we had already set this valve. We always set them before, you know, before they leave here, and before they go anywhere, you know, they're double checked again. And this one just happens to be acting up. So normally when the valves are cold, you can expect them to stick a little bit more, you know, until the machine's warmed up. And you can move them back and forth, get them to loosen up some. If they are sticking a little bit, you can you know, move them back and forth here, and that'll usually solve the problem. But this one's not doing it, so we're going to adjust this again. And all we have to do here is take these big caps off the back of the valve here, and there's adjustment screws inside. I loosen this cap up. This will normally be tight on there. You use a crescent wrench there, and then you'll need is a 3mm Allen wrench and a 10mm combination wrench for the lock nut. So we'll take these two caps off the back, and these are basically just to keep them out of the elements, keep any moisture out, dirt out of the inside of that spool. And then these adjustment screws right here are what you'd adjust to adjust those detents. Okay, so this little screw puts tension on a spring. The spring puts tension on ball bearings inside, and right now there's just too much tension on those ball bearings, so it's not releasing on its own. So we're just going to take this jam nut, 10mm jam nut here, loosen that up, and then we're going to turn this screw counterclockwise to take pressure off of those detent springs and valve bearings. So I think we just turn that one out a little ways and we'll run it and see how she does. All right, so again, we just loosen this jam nut right here. Now this is the forward motion and this is the retract motion. So we're just gonna back this screw off. The retract was working fine, it was kicking out just fine. So we're just gonna loosen this up here, take our Allen wrench, and we're gonna turn this counterclockwise. And we'll try it about a half a turn here. And then always remember to tighten this jam nut. You don't want that loosening up on you, so make sure that's tight. And then we'll we'll try running it here and see how she does. All right, you still see we still had problems with this handle not kicking out. So we're just gonna do the same thing again, back that detent adjustment off again a little more, and then see how she does the next time around. All right, adjusted it again here. I took another half turn out, and then we'll see how she does here. Now she's working right. All right, so we got it working right. It's loosened up, but the detent is not set to the right pressure now. So I'm just gonna loosen this back up and turn it back in here about a half a turn or so. And we're gonna reset the detent to about 1,000 PSI. That way you're splitting most of your pieces with auto cycle and only having to hold the handle if you get into a real gnarly chunk. All right, sometimes it works best to have that engine running at a lower RPM so you can see exactly where it's kicking out. Got the ram going out right now. You can see it's just over about 1,300 PSI there. All right, and we got her all set. Same when you go to Prince valve, it's about the same the same detent type of thing. It's a jam nut and an adjustment screw. On the Galtech, it's on the back of the valve here, straight out the back of the spool. And on the Prince valves, it's actually a screw that sticks up out of the back of the valve. And just different size wrenches, but it's basically the same thing. To to add pressure, you'd want to turn the adjustment screw clockwise to add pressure on the spring and the ball bearing. To back off, have less pressure for that to kick out, you'll want to just go counterclockwise on the adjustment screw, and then make sure you tighten your jam nuts when you're done so it doesn't loosen up on you. Other than that, these were a really heavy duty valve, and I like the different handle options and stuff like that, but really it's not working out. They seem to have about 1 in every 5 seems to have problems with that detent not staying adjusted the way it should. And unfortunately, I've probably got 40 more of these valves that I've just decided I'm not going to send out, and we're going to switch back over to Prince. And we thought this was going to be a great valve. Unfortunately, not so much. So anyways, guys, that's our video for today. I'm really not happy with having things like this happen. Of course, welcome to 2022. Crap happens, of course. Can't get things, you can't get parts, you can't, got to deal with what you got, unfortunately. And right now we're sending out the last few machines with this valve on it, and we've got valves coming in from Prince. Definitely don't have enough to keep going 100% capacity, but we're going to deal with what we got and keep rolling here. So anyways, hope you enjoyed this video. A little disappointed in these valves myself. I know there was another guy out on YouTube. He was upset that his machine wasn't working 100% when he got it, and I do apologize. I did apologize to him, and talked to him through adjusting on how to adjust it, and I think he's getting to where it's tuned in pretty decent. And of course, if he has any other trouble with it, we'll stand behind it. We'll get him the parts. I have 30 different valves. I have about 30 valves here that I can take parts off of, and if need be, I can send him a whole new valve. But these ones here, we tried it. Not really super happy with them. And at least with Prince, the Prince valves, the linkages and the handles are a little lighter duty. The detents are a little lighter duty, but we know what we got, right? It does seem to have, the Prince valves do seem to have a little faster cycle time, a better flow through the valve than these Galtechs did. And the parts are pretty readily available. There's Prince service centers all over the country, where these here are special order only. So if you ever needed any parts for them, you'd basically have to come here and to get them. And whereas the Prince, you can pretty well get parts from them, for a Prince valve just about anywhere, including Surplus Center online. About every state has about 10 different dealers for Prince. So lots of different options there if you ever needed parts or service on a valve. But thanks a lot for watching, guys. If you haven't done so already, please hit that subscribe button, and hopefully the next video will not be talking about problems with valves and more splitting wood here coming up soon. All right, take care. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.